Hi guys, I'm Sonal and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share the recipe of a Kolhapuri thali with you. So this is a mutton thali. Mutton is a meat and it's a meat thali. So thali is actually a plate on which quite a few dishes are served together. So all of these foods go together well and they are served on it. It's almost like a buffet but not really. So it's not like all you can eat buffet, but it's got a lot of meat on it. Because Kolhapur is a region in Maharashtra which is famous for its goat meat. So let me tell you what are the things I'm going to make and why I am making this lavish kind of meal. So I'm celebrating Raksha Bandhan with my cousin brother. Raksha Bandhan is a day where you celebrate the bond between a brother and a sister, and I don't have a brother, so my cousin comes over every year and I'm making all his favorite foods. So we like binging on Kolhapuri thali very often, so we go out and eat Kolhapuri thalis with him, and that's the reason I decided to make this. So the dishes that I'm going to serve are, it's sukka mutton, which is a dry mutton meat dish. You can use any meat of your choice and make this. I'm going to make it with goat meat. There's a mutton mince that I'm making. You can make that with any kind of mince of your choice. I'm making a mutton soup, which is a pandra rasa. So it's a white kind of soup, but it's going to be very different from what you guys might have eaten. And then there's alni bhat, which is a rice cooked in a lot of mutton broth, and it's almost mushy, almost porridge like, and it is delicious. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to make that. And then there's plain rice, there's a jowar millet roti or a flatbread. So this is what a thali is like, and then there's onions and salads, and there could be some dessert, but we are going to cut down on the dessert because he doesn't eat sweet and I'm mostly keto, so that's the reason I'm making it this way. So tomorrow on the Rakhi day, our plan is to go for badminton in the morning, and then after that we are going to come back and have lunch. So I'm going to have no time in the morning to cook. I'm cooking on the previous night. I'm going to just give the finishing touches tomorrow. So let's go ahead and see how I manage all of this, and almost within 1.5 hours. So I'm going to start off with preparing for the mutton soup or the pandra rasa. So I have some oil, 1 small onion, some fresh coconut which I have got in my freezer. You can buy it in the frozen section, 6 cloves of garlic, and about 5 to 6 cashew. So we are going to fry all of this well. So once my onion was slightly brown, I add the coconut and the rest of the ingredients, and we are going to wait until the coconut turns color a little bit. So this is the point where I'm going to get it out after it cools down and grind it into a very fine paste. So look at the color, it's very important to get that color. I've added some water and I'm going to grind it into a paste and store this in the refrigerator to be used tomorrow. So here I'm making the keema or the mince. So I have some oil, I've added half a cup of onions to this and half a teaspoon of salt. We've also got ginger garlic paste and a coriander and green chili paste. I have fried all of that and then added my tomato puree. Once the tomato puree is reduced, so you want to make sure that the whole masala is kind of dry. Once that is done, I'm going to add my dry spices like half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1.5 teaspoon of chili powder, and then I've added my mince, and we are going to fry that well too. Once that is done, we are going to add some salt, about 1/4 teaspoon. You can add a little more later depending on how much water you keep in that. And then once this is cooked, I also added some garam masala, about half a teaspoon, hung curd or Greek yogurt. I forgot to show you guys all of that. Coriander, and I'm going to store this aside. I have 1.5 kg of goat meat, and to that I've added about 3 tablespoons of onions, 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Now I'm going to cook this for about 10 minutes, and depending on the quality of your meat and the cut of your meat, you want to pressure cook for that long. And I'm not adding turmeric because we are making a pandra rasa, which means a white soup, and you don't want the yellow color there. Once that is done, you have this beautiful broth which is ready. You're going to set the mutton aside. So here I'm going to start off with the dry mutton dish. So I have 1 whole sliced onion. We are going to fry that in about 2 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon of oil. Once this changes color, I've added some salt. We are going to add 1/4 cup of desiccated coconut, which is a dry coconut. You can find that very easily anywhere. And then we're going to fry it. Similarly, you want the color to be slightly brown. Once that happens, I've added my ginger garlic paste, and I'm going to fry that, and then some dry spices like coriander, black pepper, lots of black pepper, and garam masala. Once that is fried, we add our cooked mutton, some turmeric powder, and I'm going to try to fry this because this is a dry dish, so it needs to be slightly fried. To make sure that you deglaze the pan, I have used some stock, and that's going to get all the bits from the bottom of the pan onto your meat. I've added some more garam masala and black pepper powder because I felt like it needed more, and I fried it really well. So our masalas are ready, our goat meat is ready, and our keema is ready, and I'm going to store all of this in the refrigerator. This is the paste that I made. This is our mutton stock, and there's some rice, and I'm going to make another dish with the rice and some mutton stock. So it's morning now. I stored the rice and the mutton stock together, and we are going to make the rice first. So I have a small pressure cooker in which I added my rice, which is cooked, and the stock. I put some turmeric, salt and ghee, and we're going to cook this till it is almost mashed like a porridge. So let's give up finishing touches to the mutton dish. I have some oil, 1 cup of tomato puree, and we are going to reduce that a little bit. After that, I add the whole of the mutton that was cooked and even spiced, and we are just going to fry it in that tomato puree. I've also added some ghee, and the technique to get this really tasty is to have a load of butter, ghee or oil, and then almost like fry it. So it's like a mutton fry or a dry mutton or a sukka mutton. I have some whole spices here which I'm heating up in some oil, and I'm going to add it to the mutton stock. Here I have the mutton stock, the paste that we made, about 3 tablespoons of that paste, some salt, the toasted spices. Look at the gelatin that has come up. So once you store the stock in the refrigerator, if your stock is good, you will see it'll be gelatinous. So let's look at the aarti plate. It is a silver plate with a lamp, and then the red powder which is called a kumkum, and then there's rice, signifies all the 5 elements. When you do aarti to any person in your house or the god, you are devoting all your love to that person or the deity, and this is the thread that you tie to your brother. It signifies your love or a bond between a brother and sister, and it also signifies that the brother is going to look after his sister if and when she needs in her life. I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse into our culture. So here's the yellow rice that was cooked in the stock. This is plain rice, that's the mutton mince, and this is the millet flour flatbread. Also there's the dry mutton and the white soup. He seems pleased looking at the food, and he absolutely loved it because I made all his favorite foods. I hope you guys liked this Kolhapuri thali, and we'll try at least a few of these dishes out. It is delicious. If you visit India and you are in Maharashtra, you have to give this thali a try. You're going to love this. It's little on the spicy side. I've tried to keep most of my recipes on the low spice side. Of course, you can cut it down even further, and if you enjoyed watching the video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel. All the information about my favorite gadgets and my favorite ingredients in a keto kitchen is on my website, and the links to that are in the description. And thanks for watching. Bye.